A button.
Gosh, it's been a while. Like that helps.
So do we do all of the something olds first, or do we do them first? Alrighty then.
That feels way too
Wait,
complicated.
Are we gonna do something news and then something old? Or
Is it dealer's choice?
I am not opposed
I'll
to
be
that
there
game
in
plan.
5 minutes.
Don't
yeah, I
drive.
almost shouldn't drive right now.
I've been putting aside $20 a week since quarantine started
Guys,
to
come
get
on.
absolutely fucked when we're allowed to leave.
Nobody else is in this room. I'll start first because I intend to do last. So, the first image is Rix is aboard an Aeon vessel, and he sneaks into a restricted area where there is a large vat or container similar to the ones that we saw previously with Peaches and Cornelius when they snuck into the cloning facility. Slightly different, like a back to tank from Star Wars. Inside of it is Ava. Rix approaches the vat and removes his helmet and stares at an unconscious Ava who's got like wires and things connected to her as she's suspended in some strange fluid. And he places his hand up against the glass and looks at her. And then he'll turn to what looks like a control panel before fading to black. That's the end of that.
I'll go next. So you're taken back to Triaxis, to a scene that you can only assume is an implanted memory, but to Peaches is very real to who she is as a person. You see her and her brother Cream as teenagers, hunting in the woods, working together as a team. Peaches, of course, is hearing impaired, and her twin brother is vision impaired. They're an impressive team even at this age. They run through the woods linked telepathically. Peaches alerts her brother when to jump to avoid hazards, and Cream in turn signals Peaches when he hears the sounds of their prey. One day, as they're out hunting in the woods, they stumble upon a trapping pit. They both fall to the bottom. Peaches is badly injured, and the sun is setting and it's getting very cold in the night and track. They need to get out quickly if they hope to survive, but Peaches is too injured to climb out by herself. Cream can't see how to climb out on his own, so they must work as a team. The two work in tandem, and Peaches guides her brother where to climb, and him carrying her all the way out as she's injured. By the time they reach the surface, night has fallen, and they must rely on Cream's hearing more than Peach's vision to get home. After an excruciating walk, they make it home. Peaches has a broken leg, several broken ribs, and the two of them look at each other. They share a silent moment, like an agreement, that they'll always be there for each other. They both understand that as long as they're together, nothing can stop.
Except for blenders.
Oh.
You see a scene of a town that looks like it belongs in the Middle Ages. It is a bustling metropolis, but the camera would pan up to a storm that's above a very large building, almost like a fortress or a tower. Atop are several figures. One, a man with a helmet masking his face. He's surrounded by several almost fish-like fiends that have tails and claws, as well as 4 adventurers all heading up there to confront it. Among them is a sylph that looks like Ava, except she's in her, clothes from their Pathfinder days. She darts back and forth through a dimensional door, taking out the daemons while the others engage the primary target. Her rapier cuts true and cleans up the mess, while the others dismantle the ritual that was going on, causing the storm. Then in a sudden eruption, the entire screen would flash white. On the ground, she would slowly find her feet, and she would be among the others. They had done it. This was her highest of highs. They had overcome the ritual. They had saved the day. And she, among them all, was handed that very helmet. She was elevated to the Decemvirate. This was her highest of highs in her past.
Next.
All right, I can go. So you see a small office sitting at the desk is a tall, athletic Patra. And you hear a knock at the door. As the camera zooms out from the Patra behind the desk that seems very familiar, the glance over the nameplate on the desk. Headmistress Ravia. The door opens, and you see a tall humanoid woman standing there. The person sitting behind the desk says, it was very urgent that we meet. Takes a step into the office, closes the door behind her, and in a split second lunges at the woman behind the desk, pulling out a sharp ribbon as she does. It says, like, it's about me being you.
I knew it. I knew that's where she would.
Oh, I can go.
Either way. Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
So the thing I envision is a crowded ice cream shop, an Absalon station. Flex eagerly awaiting the heroes that are supposed to help complete his mission beset to him by Ibra, and just patiently waiting, watching the door.
Is that the moment we met Flex?
Mm-hmm.
So Flex is a dude. Got it.
Flex has been trying to learn how to assemble his insects to be more understandable to society, but one seemed way
I
too
really don't
complicated.
want Flex to assemble his insects in that manner.
Well, the other option was just far too complicated. So the one configuration seemed way more simple.
So Matt,
Okay. Let's see. So we slowly pan over the diaspora, and the camera moves, and we zoom in on Broken Rock. Scene cuts to show two pair of feet, one large and one small, walking down a hallway to a door that's just barely ajar. The camera pans up and shows Avlaka and her small counterpart, who taps lightly on the door. After a grumble and a leave me be from inside, the Vlaka looks down and smiles and pushes the door open, allowing her small colleague to enter under her arm. The camera looks inside to reveal an older Screedreep behind the desk, obviously upset at being disturbed. Camera pans over to the Vlaka and down to another Screedreep, who steps forward. Would you happen to be Geo Haffett? Yeah, who wants to know? Well, my name is Cornelius Sazus, and you and I need to have a conversation. He looks up to his Vlakan friend, who closes the door. End scene.
now that one I didn't see coming.
Time to kill the
Fire
Murder was about to happen.
and Peaches is helping him out.
Unnamed.
He was the Vlaka was
Unnamed.
never named.
Allegedly, there was no allegedly.
I love that the Grays win in the end.
I mean, 2 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Pardon
My
me.
something new was actually something kind of ridiculous. Like, I kept thinking,
Go on.
Yes.
right?
Part of me actually was going the opposite.
Well, being like the last scene, almost like the Easter egg, I pictured it almost like this like tiny montage of almost like Russian Doll, but instead of like waking up dead every time, after dying every time and trying to figure it out, it was like Cornelius in alternate universes, and he wakes up every day going over his notes from the day before and just laughing because he's not actually sure if it happened or if he made it up. But it's like the constant Russian Doll thing every single day for him. So like Russian Doll / like Groundhog Day montage of him just going through ridiculous days.
I mean, could you add in just a little peppering of like Quantum Leap?
Exactly, right.
That would be something new, or wasn't it?
Oh, I kind of ended up flipping them around a little bit. So
Go for it. Then.
originally my something old, I was kind of figuring, I was thinking of it almost like at the end of like a, well, actually like almost any of the Marvel movies or Pixar movies where when they're showing the credits at the end, they show just like a flat, like a still of a character or a scene that happened in the movie. And that was my original thought for the Something Old, which was for that. I was completely thinking it would have been awesome to see Cornelius in the Baby Bjorn on Fixara.
Oh yeah.
Which I just thought, like, because that scene, like thinking back on it, was just showed like just how absurd Corndog's reality was. Like that and how willing he was just to contribute and do anything ridiculous to be part of the group, regardless of.
Like Cornelius, everyone ever see the movie? Was Another Universe or something like that? The Beatles movie or whatever. Where like just like it kind of like goes to kind of almost like cartoony or like
Across the Universe.
Across the Universe. That's it. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Because it's the name of a Beatles song.
Yeah, I don't know the Beatles. That's my wife's territory. Anyway, but the movie was good, but like the thing is, like we're just all of a sudden they would kind of jump out of reality, despite the fact that it was actually happening. Like I feel like that's how Cornelius's existence is.
Exactly.
Next.
Kevin, let's work our way back out.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
What?
You're next.
I already went.
The assignment had 2 parts, Kevin.
Oh. I can fake it.
You got it. You're good.
Yeah. Give me 30 seconds and a beer and I can come up with a thing.
All right, I'm gonna start the timer.
All right. Let me finish this
And
beer real
go.
quick.
Wait to hear a winded Kevin coming,
All right.
slipping down beer.
1 beer down. Gonna quick finish this other one.
Chug.
Double piston.
Oh, it's so bubbly.
So effervescent.
Oh, it's so bright, delicious. The songs are the best. All right. How much time's left on the clock?
Probably none.
No.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
All right. So, a tiny room, completely black, mist forming on the window, looking outside the door. Flex has performed 999,999 flexes on his path to completing the cleansing ritual of 1 million flexes. With the final flex, Ibra's voice whispers into Flex's mind that Flex is now finally clean again. And with that, Flex dissolves, and pieces of Flex scatter throughout the diaspora, forming new swarms and new heroes for Ibra in the coming battles. That good enough?
It was great.
Kevin just killed his fucking character in a cutscene.
In the best way possible.
Exactly.
But that's the best part about the staff maze. He killed him, but he didn't really kill him. All the individual bugs are still there. It's just that entity is now gone. I love it.
Yeah.
Imagine what I had with 3 beers in a minute and a half.
Shit. I can't even imagine.
All right, Nathan, go for it.
Man, I get so much beard beer right now.
Kind of like this mine to wait a little bit because I think you're going to be surprised by it. But
Let's find out.
all right. So you see that same office. It's a few weeks later, probably. Hard to tell. But there is a Patra sitting behind the desk. The nameplate reads Headmistress Revia. The Patra looks a little bit different. It's kind of sitting there, looking some things over, and suddenly sort of pops their head up and says, I guess I don't need this anymore. And removes their augmentation that was changing their voice, and kind of looks out the window and gives a smile, and the camera follows out the window and zooms through the stars very far away from Vesk 6 to an indeterminate location in the vast, where you see a very uninhabited, forested planet. And walking along a path, you see hand in hand a Patra and a gnome. And they look up at the sky and smile and say, I'm glad we were able to sort things out. And then we fade to black.
Well, you were right. Damn. That one was wild.
Yeah.
Talk about callback too. Love it.
Can you
Mhm.
translate that for
Yeah.
a guy who may have had 6 beers?
may or may not.
No.
Kavina was fidgeting around texting in the Olive Garden, which she told you about.
Oh man.
She had planned this out with Ravia
This is like where you go back and rewatch the season and you see all the little clues.
Exactly.
to make it so that they could fake Ravia's death, but on the condition that Ravia and her wife get back together and go and escape from the Vesk and the Greys.
Wow, I'm super happy for them.
Yeah.
Too, like that is. So I saw the first part coming. I did not see that. I expected murder. So nice work, Kavina.
I expected.
Somewhere, somehow, Ava has a tear shed from her eye out of nowhere.
But it sounds nice.
Shoot, was I next or Amber?
You are.
All right. So the scene that you were left off on, with the helmet being handed to a woman, would be the scene that would first pop up. However, the camera would slowly zoom out, and it was a frozen scene. It was a holographic image of the cover of a book titled From Pathfinder to the Stars. Standing next to the holographic image would be Ava, sitting there reading for a small audience a book that she had written about her adventure ending in the Pathfinder times and what they had gone through, the entire adventure path of Threefold Conspiracy. All the characters, the ones that she had still had contact with, she would ask if they wanted their names changed. She wouldn't hide anything, but she would make sure that everyone was colored in a positive light. The book would end on a cliffhanger after the events that led to Zaxa's death, with Ava training her mind, training her body, practicing her new abilities, searching for what was next. And as she closed the book, the back cover would have on it another image that would then freeze on the screen of a lightly armored woman being pushed by a man that had nanites siphoning off of him into a beam. And that is her story thus far.
The novel is actually adult fiction.
She rolled a 36 on her writing check. That is a good book. I actually rolled it out for Jack or Alex. Sorry. So that is a very good.
I'll go for it because I think Jack. So you see the bustling city of Absalom, and you see Peaches step out onto the street. Behind her, slowly scrolling across a digital background, you see a sign that says, "A helping hand. Be the architect of your own destiny." She looks different than when we last saw her a few months ago at the end of their journey. Her fur is shiny and full, her face is vibrant, and she has a light in her eyes again. Betty speaks up. "Well, it was a hard road, but you seem to be better for it." Peaches considers her words for a moment and signs. "Sure was, but I'd rather not be on this road again, especially when I got places to be." At that moment, a transport arrives. Peaches climbs in. The journey takes some time, moving from the arms of the station through the ring, and finally to a familiar location. She exits the transport and enters the building. The aroma of pasta and fresh breadsticks washes over her as she approaches the hostess at the counter. "Howdy," she says. "I believe my party's already here. We got a table reserved under the Axiom." The hostess nods and leads Peaches through the dining area to a booth where Ava, Cornelius, and their new friend Andrin are waiting for her. Cornelius already has a mouthful of breadsticks, and Ava has begun perusing the menu. She lowers her menu, gives Cornelius a side eye, and says, "You know they are endless. You don't have to rush." Cornelius looks up. "Huh? Oh, I always seem to forget that," says Cornelius, choking down the massive carbs. Just then, Ava and Cornelius see Peaches and light up. She takes her place at the table and they share a quiet moment to acknowledge those who are not with them today, but will never be forgotten. Ava considers Peaches and says, "You look great, girl. I'm so happy you're better." Peaches smiles and responds, "Yep, I sure am feeling much more like my old self again." The party orders their meal, laughs, and recounts their journey together with their new friend, Andrin. Scene.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I should have went before you because yours would have dovetailed nicely off of mine. Oh,
Too
well.
late.
Yep.
Next time, compare notes.
Yeah, it is, but you know.
I mean, my scene was technically before Cornelius's in the grand scheme of things.
Anyway. So the first thing that we'll see is Kuvina enters her room. She has a determined look on her face, and she gets out a suitcase and opens it as if she's about to begin packing. But inside of it, she sees an envelope. Cornelius has entered his room. He approaches the nightstand by his bed. He draws open the drawer to get out his journal to write down what has happened today, as he always does. But as he opens it, an envelope falls from the pages to the floor, and he picks it up and looks at it curiously. Flex is about to enter the room in which Flex will conduct 1 million flexes. Suddenly, a quizzical look overcomes Flex's face, and Flex reaches Flex's hand into Flex's loincloth and pulls out a letter. Peaches sits on the couch. It's nighttime. It's dark all around her. There's only the glare of the 800-inch TV before her. She notices that the bottle of alcohol that she's been drinking is empty. She approaches the fridge to open it. The blinding light comes out of it. Inside, she sees a large bottle of vodka. Taped to it is an envelope. Ava enters her room. She is clearly battle-worn after some large-scale conflict. Her face is covered in tears. And there, laying on her bed, she sees a letter. They all open the envelope and begin to read what is written inside. They begin the same. To whom it may concern, if you're reading this, it means that I did not survive the assault on the Grey Mothership. I don't know if I died a hero who saved the galaxy, or as an infamous terrorist who will be blamed for the death of thousands. But I imagine there are mixed emotions around this turn of events. I would just like to say that I am sorry. You all chose me to be your leader, and I failed in that regard. I wanted to be a good man, but I was not. Even now, I know that the thoughts I have are not sane. They do not feel like they are mine, and yet they persist. I cherish all of you, but I cannot bring myself to trust you. This internal conflict means that I cannot even trust myself, which is why perhaps this has been for the best. I only hope that I died fighting beside you and not against you. From there, the letters diverge. Kuvina, if you're responsible for my death, I'm impressed. If not, maybe even more impressed. I know you secretly had feelings for me, and part of me is sorry that your love will remain forever unrequited. But you'll survive. You're strong-willed. You're the strongest person on this team. I suspect you plan to part ways once this is all finished. I'd ask that you reconsider. I was not a good man, but I worked to be a foundation. Without it, I fear the rest of the team will falter, even if you shall not. But if you must go, I ask that you not burn the bridges on your way out. You may not realize how much the others mean to you, or how much you mean to them, but you will. Cornelius, I was the captain, but you were the heart of our team. The sliver of my soul that remained before my death was continually rejuvenated by your naive wonderment and joy. I ask that you keep this letter so that you can read it again when you've forgotten about it. I know your memory may seem like a burden at times, but I cannot tell you how much I envy your ability to let things go. Perhaps in my death, I'll achieve this. Flex, keep flexing. Peaches, frankly, I'm surprised that we've both made it as far as we did. The others, for their own reasons, have taken the revelation of our origins in stride, while the two of us have both retreated into the corridors of our mind. I have felt like I am sinking in an ocean of self-doubt for a long time, and I have seen you there too. I wanted to reach out to you, but I was afraid that I would only drag you down with me. Do not make the same mistakes I did. I will have died not knowing who I am. But even if you don't, I know who you are. You're a fighter. Fight! Fight the deep that beckons you. Fight that fear that clings to the edges of your mind. Alcohol may dull the ringing of the void in your eyes, but it will remain. It will remain until you do not. You must fight it or die from it. And I beg you to fight. And please remind Cornelius to keep his letter. Ava, the anomaly. I imagine there's a good chance that I died trying to stop you from doing something stupid. I hope I succeeded. I wish there were a way to make you only remember me as I was so long ago, when I still thought that I had saved you, before I lost the last of my humanity. I don't know that I regret it, and I don't know what regret is anymore. But I wish you didn't have to see what I became. I wish I didn't have to push you so far away. I told myself that I did it for you, to protect you. But now I wonder if it was just a way to protect myself from the truth of what I was. What I am now, though, is it any better? At least I chose this, I suppose. I know it hurts you, but the part of me that wanted to comfort you sits trapped in a cage, behind my eyes, watching but unable to act. I still love you, but whereas before I loved you like a brother loves their little sister, I love you like a dragon loves its horde. I covet you. I protect you because of an innate desire that says I must. And I hate myself for loving you that way. But I do. And if I died for you, then I'm glad I did. Goodbye. Rick's Sable Star.
Wow. Cue the waterworks for probably about an hour for Ava.
That was great.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Nice work, Jack.
Hero
I feel like
point.
that's a perfect way to end, actually, I think.
Yeah. Everyone did such a good job, though.
Yeah, I liked all of those.
Yeah, they were fun.
And they were all different, too. I was
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if like we're gonna kind of overlap with each other a little bit, or that was perfect.
Oh, man.
Let's play Devastation Art.
Now that we're all devastated
Yeah.
from Rick's letters.
Yeah. Oh man.
I like the idea that Peaches read that letter and decided to make
Yeah.
a change.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. That was the straw that broke it.
Yeah.
That's what you were doing yours, and I was like, damn.
I wonder how many other letters are floating around inside of Flex.
Well, none now. Flex dissipated into the
Yeah.
diaspora.
It's like a bag of envelopes just falls to the floor.
Kevin's
Flex didn't understand what postage or mail was.
Right.
Letters go in, letters go out. You can't explain that.
Oh. Boom, boom, boom.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But then what happens?
But then.
We might even roll dice.
What?
No, no,
I'd really prefer not to.
They'll remove all
Wouldn't we
dice
all?
devastation arc.
Is it a tarot card based system?
mean,
Because I'm all for that.
If you guys want to get rid of dice, and I will complete that, that is an option. It will be a pile of shenanigans and probably require much alcohol.
We
But
just assume
I will
every
sure
roll
it's a
is
good time.
3, right?
Well, 3s are the new 20. So
3 is the new
clearly,
20.
I mean, that's just science.
Kevin has been elevated to the most overpowered character ever because 3s are now 20.
Is it driving anyone else crazy that we still don't know what Nathan's character is?
A little bit, yeah. But we don't know what Kevin's gonna do either.
You guys don't know what
I
I'm
don't know
doing.
if Kevin knows what Kevin's gonna do. That's
Yeah,
the whole
did y'all
thing.
not
But
understand
we
the
don't
fact
know what Nathan's character is.
Well, actually,
that
so
we
that,
might not have a corn dog in our next?
that is what I assumed that was.
I think you're going to have a pirate king. I mean,
Yeah,
if you want, I did put together a little intro video for a teaser of the character.
Oh yeah, send me the YouTube link.
Oh, you did? Thank you.
So Kevin's on board? Is that what I'm hearing?
There you go. I just sent you, Jack, the link to
He
the intro.
actually fucking did. What the fuck?
Now we're all gonna need it. What the fuck?
Oh my god!
Yeah, you put that shit in the Discord.
I'm telling no one.
No. So that is a good question. Are we going to do like a session 0?
He had to have this ready to go. You can't just pull this up. He knew what he was looking for.
Are we going to do like a session 0.2 next week then?
Oh no, you're not meeting my character until we're starting.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah,
Hell
why
yeah.
would we do that? Yeah.
I mean, you're technically not meeting my character until after you start.
When was this? I don't remember this.
Isn't
When
it
was what?
glorious?
I'm now very confused by what has been said.
I'm gonna read this link right fucking now.
Yeah, I was about to say, put it in the Discord. This is not.
No.
Why does Jack get it? The rest of us don't.
Yes.
It's very Kevin. Yeah, it's on brand.
And mix that with this meme, and you'll get a little bit more understanding.
I mean, yeah, that just goes saying, okay, now I gotcha.
This isn't fair. If you're gonna do this, you shouldn't be then narrating it to the rest of us. That's where this gets unfair.
It's called hype.
You all could have asked. Jack was the first to ask, and therefore
We all
Jack
have
received.
Anytime.
Jack got
No, I think this is the right way to do it.
The only other message, by the way, in the entirety of Kevin and I's relationship on Discord is me sending him a gift from Lord of the Rings, the potatoes gift. That is the only other correspondence that Kevin and I have had previously.
Seems
privately.
great.
Why I sent him that, I don't know. Actually,
well, the note says, "Give me your enchiladas."
I was gonna say there's a message here that says, "Give me your enchiladas." Potatoes.
I'm curious what the date is on this Discord message.
That is from December. It looks.
Mm.
Actually, is that how? Yep.
I don't really
December.
use like Discord Messenger. I
Yeah,
prefer to
I
use
don't
my
know,
mouth
man.
as much as possible.
What the fuck were we talking about?
That was when I was cleaning out my freezer, and I had all those burritos and enchiladas.
Oh, that's right. They were like gluten free, so I got them for
Yeah,
That's
all
right.
organic and gluten free and all that shit.
Yeah, it doesn't explain the potatoes, but yeah, there we go.
Probably because you saw one of them was a breakfast burrito.
Ah, yes.
That would have to be my imagining. But
So, guys,
Evan the detective.
this was an amazing year for an AP. It was a terrible year, but I'm so happy we got to do this.
We took something
said.
awful and we made something great out of it, is how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't think that I mean, honestly, had there not been COVID, I don't feel like we would have finished this AP. And
No chance.
definitely,
Right.
I definitely don't feel like it would have gone the way it did, which was an amazing ride. It would have been us sitting around a table rolling some dice and yelling numbers at Alec. But instead, for whatever reason, we got this incredible like motion picture experience that we made out of it.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so I'm really thankful for that, honestly, and especially for Alec putting in the work to make that happen the way it did.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. This made it better of a locked in my house.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, it definitely, I've said this a couple times, but Mondays have become like my favorite day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Matt! I saw the picture you sent. I'm just now seeing the whole gift play out.
Oh, yeah.
I was literally just watching it on repeat while you were talking.
I was too.
Little misty eyes. And just...
I just love what happened to everyone's like character. I feel like it's just like all of it's on brand. It all went the way it should.
Maybe not, a positive way, but the way it should. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it went the way it should. God, I hope we run back into
Kevin?
Cornelius the Pirate King, though.
Kevin
Please.
killed his character. Like that's just it doesn't surprise me. But yeah.
He basically like pulled a Yoda and went into the Force. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is exactly what he did.
That's pretty accurate statements.
I like it. So, from context clues, Flex realized who he is. He's like, I'm a man. Then he was done. That was it. And once he achieved Nirvana like that, we're done.
Come out.
I mean, just imagine the abs on that bug man after 1 million flexes.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been like a 47 pack or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, whatever else he shaped it into.
Yeah, he could have
Right.
whatever he wanted. Yeah.
It's accurate. Abs and a big old dick, because now he's a boy.
He decided he was a dude.
Oh Lord!
Decided he was a dude.
I had a 47 pack, but then it got reduced to a 5 pack on account of the size of my penis.
I'd make room for all this schwanz.
I only got so many bugs to go around.
Flex is now 2 feet tall.
But 3 feet long.
Oh my God! Please tell me we're not on.
Yeah.
This is premium content after hours
man.
right here.
This is premium after hours content.
This
Yeah,
is what
man.
you pay the big money for.
This is watershed. This is when you're allowed to swear on network TV.
Starfinder after night.
Oh man, I would love a Starfinder After Dark series. I could live.
Kevin, you
finally...
are Starfinder After Dark. What are you talking about?
Do you have any idea the filters I put up? I mean, shit, man.
No, don't. I can't even comprehend the place in which you live. I only visit every now and then when we talk. You live there.
I do. I would love to do like a Monster of the Week, but with a bottle of Redbreast 15 and just really experiment.
That's really this.
Yeah.
Do you want to put Billy Mays this time?
Let's get weird. Let's just get weird.
Hey guys,
Roll
I know
weird.
You guys really missed out on that Billy
Not
Mays
really
stuff.
roll weird.
That was A+.
Oh my god.
Monster of the Week, and my character,
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but it's a specific character who is like in a relationship with an otherworldly being, and I was in a relationship with the ghost of Billy Mays.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We
Shout
gotta
out to
complete that.
the friend of the stream, Derek Delago, really sold the ghost of Billy Mays.
I did not
Oh.
expect him to voice Billy Mays in my crazy idea, and he just totally went within. He was just
went-
voicing
Billy
Billy
Mays.
Mays.
He went in 110%.
Oh yeah. And finally I built a character that no one could say is shallow. So
We'll see what the next one is.
No. Nah. She was a housewife, but just your
Yep.
everyday housewife who's in love with the ghost of Billy Mays and carries OxyClean with her wherever she goes.
On
oh,
account
yeah,
of it
that's-
housing his spirit and all.
Yeah.
Secrets.
I mean, how else do you fight ghosts other than OxyClean to get the stains out?
Exactly.
Ooh.
What?
Oh my god, fuck you.
Not to
So you're
us.
saying, wait, you're saying if I watch the stream? Wow.
Oh, so they
Or
can see
do
what the name
I-
is?
Or do I
Well-
like self-censor and not do that?
I mean, Jack definitely has the direct feed to what's going on now that he has
Did
the
you see the name of my
movie
character?
trailer.
Oh, it's not. No.
Oh.
I do need you to turn imports on the devastation arc table so that I can.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm pretty excited. And again, like, so just
For Andrew, you mean?
well, just to comment on Devastation Arc, I feel like magic is going to play a much bigger role than it did in Threefold, and I'm pretty excited for that. I hope I'm right. I could be completely off base, in which
Hope
case
it
I'll
doesn't.
be devastating.
I honestly,
hope it
Side
doesn't.
arc.
I honestly have no idea what to expect from it. Like I have like something in my mind. And I have no idea if it's right or not.
Hey, man.
I mean, I think we were there at
That
the
happens
fourth
anyway.
fold of
I mean,
Threefold conspiracy.
I kind
all
of
we
hope
got
that
was
happens weekly.
Yeah, that happened like once a book at minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Wait,
is it
there's
like
another fold in this conspiracy? Come on now.
is it a mechanical thing or a story based thing? Like, are we gonna have to do? Are we gonna
If
do
it's a
like
mechanical thing, then you can actually fuck off. If it's
Yeah,
a
that's what I was
story
about-
thing, make me suffer. Yes.
I was about to say, if it's mechanical,
Whoa.
like, are we in Star Trek Combat number 5 after like 5 in a row? Then yeah, we're probably all gonna say fuck you.
I mean, so for those listening, we do intend to eventually get around to Signal of Screams, which is a very horror inspired AP. And
Yeah.
I am just waiting for Alec to like mind fuck the shit out of me. I'm like ready
I'm not
for it.
sure if I'm in on that, but I already have a character planned for it if I am, because it's going to be my first character that I don't care about.
What?
Well,
I'm
that's,
very
that's
excited
the
for my
opposite of what you should be playing there. That's
Mhm.
No, I'm kidding. Actually, he's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to fall in love with him like after one.
when does
Episode.
Malevolence come out?
I figured that if it's going to be a horror AP full of terrible, awful things, why not make the most innocent character you can make and then watch it suffer?
Ooh.
That was my other
Wow.
idea.
Hmm.
I just got those all over tingles.
Yeah, that's dark. I like it.
I have a
The corruption of the innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a character where if ever, we get to another full AP that I really, really would like to play.
Well, naturally.
No worries.
Guys, I got 10 characters.
That's what they Jet is stable.
Right through.
And Borson.
And Borson, that son of a bitch.
That's in Kevin's stable. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for real. I think Kevin could do Borson justice.
I think Kevin could do Vorson perfectly.
It
That was
seemed
the-
too easy. That was the problem.
Alec has really. I don't know what Borson looks like in the books. I have a suspicion that Alec has done a lot to identify him and make him his own.
The Borson
I
voice is
know-
my favorite voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I won't say what it is, but I know 100% for a fact because Alec told me about a big thing he did differently. But it was also sort of us too, and he ran with it. And yes, when he was apparently talking with someone else about their threefold, their voice was completely different.
Yeah. It was totally lame.
Stupid.
Elisa.
Yeah.
All I knew about Borson going into it was that Alex said there was a Mulder-based character.
Ooh.
So, quick question.
What you
Can-
got here, Nathan?
I'll be running that whenever that comes out in October. The one before that
Yeah,
also
you
looks
will.
real good.
What is, for those who only hear and don't see these things, what is this?
We are currently talking about the newest Pathfinder adventure / module that I have just seen posted coming out in October. Night of the Grey Death.
I have a
Gothic
hard
horror.
on. I have a
16
hard
level
on
characters.
for Grey Gardeners
16 level
and Gothic shit. So this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yup.
I mean, I have a character concept for a Grey Gardener, but it was from 1E. I haven't looked at how to do it in 2E.
The problem with the 16th level adventure is I would want a character that like I ran through an AP to like then show up for that or something like that. Like a character that this is gonna sound weird, but a character that earned their levels, if you know what I mean.
I
don't know.
mean, but then I like the idea of going into it at level 16 and being like, if this character dies, it's fine. I just made them up for this.
Well, for me, as someone who loves to write tragic backstories and stuff, giving me
No.
You're right, yeah. Giving me 16 levels worth of like backstory to say who this person is, that much of their life in my hands as opposed to a GM's, that's pretty enticing to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Porto Potty.
I'm actually just thinking about that. I have a character that's level 15.
Porta Potty.
Jim's
Yeah.
issue is that he has character like if he has a character who's level 17, he feels it's wrong to make them level 16 for this adventure. He's like, well, they're already past that level.
It is true. I have that issue.
Which to me
Oh.
is silly, but you know, you do you.
I
I can
have a lot of
appreciate that.
characters that are very weird makeups and multi-classes that I don't know. I genuinely don't know how to translate some of them.
That's
to
the
it.
real issue from porting from 1E to 2E is some of the content's just not there yet. Like gunslingers are still a work in progress for one. But yeah, just I mean, you can quote unquote multi-class in 2E, but it bears no resemblance to multi-classing in 1E. So
Yeah, and well, just a variety of things that you had at your disposal to mix and match just aren't quite there yet.
yeah. Well, I mean, this doesn't come out till October. That's after Gen Con. So there's gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
way more stuff at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. After Secrets
Yeah.
of Magic, after
Yeah.
Guns and Gears, even I think.
Wow.
tell
Oh
you what.
baby.
I'll tell you what, if the Dimensional
Ah.
Dervish feats come out, I got a character for it.
I don't know that we'll ever see Dimensional.
You're never gonna see that.
And I
Not in our
no
life.
love lost on my end.
Yeah. The only thing that is ever going to have dex to damage is the Thief Rogue.
That's
Almost.
that's not Dimensional Dervish.
Dimensional Dervish is the one where you can use Dimension Door and full attack.
Oh, That will certainly never come out.
You're thinking of the other Dervish
Yeah,
dance.
Dervish Dancer.
Dimensional Dervish though, like, wasn't an easy thing to set up properly. Like,
Dimensional Dervish is Goku.
Yeah, if Dimensional Dervish comes out, you would get the final feat for it at 20th level.
Yeah,
well, think about it though. Think about Dimensional Dervish though, and I think Jack even told me this one time, is that it is tough to make a character strong enough martially, and that also has Dimensional Door.
Yeah. Well, that's why they let you use it with the like monkey stuff. But even then, it's hard to pull off.
I mean, that's why Ava was a very, very set amount of skill levels in certain things to get what she was doing. And that's why Ivory and my RuneLords
it's the nothing personnel kid feat.
I mean, you could effectively do it now. You just have to have 4th level spells. Because you can.
That's true with that 3-action economy. Everybody.
Yeah. You can have 2-action Dimension Door and 3rd action.
Yeah.
No, it's not that though. It's totally about the look and feel of it. The zipping in and out of portals and punching people.
Look and feel.
That's what the blink
20.
spell does. That.
Yeah, that sounds even easier. Yeah.
Spell is.
Jim just needs to experiment more.
I mean, I asked if anyone has an AP or something like that. Like, I don't want to do scenarios. I don't even really want to do modules very much. I want to do a full thing, or at least come in for a full thing. Because, like you said, like I know I'm not enjoying it mechanically, but if I can focus on the character and focus on the story, I think I could get there.
I mean, you missed the investigation part of the module, which I think might have.
Yeah, that's
there.
definitely part of it. You came in the dungeon. Because I feel like our Slytherin game has plenty of character moments.
So, like, I want something longer, I guess, is what I'm looking for.
I mean, we got another module before, at least one other module before that.
Which is what again?
Also looks great.
What is that one?
Malevolence
Atari
is
one?
also a lower level horror one.
Oh. So they're kind of like sneak horror APing, chaining modules together. Because Slytherin's got a little bit of horror element to it. It's not like overt, but you could definitely play up the phantasmagorical elements.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Troubles in Atari is out now, and Atari is the big push as the new Sandpoint of.
That's kind of what I was kind of feeling like that. So that's like a thing. Okay.
They've marketed that as the thing is we're going to set a whole bunch of adventures in this place, so you have a new like base of operations kind of place.
Because it's on Kortos Island, so it's like in the vicinity of Absalom, right?
Yeah, it's like 70 miles west on the coast.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sandpoint's cool too, though. So
I am really loving RuneLords, and we're only like almost through the first week.
we should start streaming that.
Start streaming it.
Man. So while I'm gone, I expect you guys to play this video as your opening. I'm just putting that out there. I think this is the kind of excuse me, it's beautiful.
No, I mean I'm saving it. Not like I don't care. Like I'm when we start the game, this is gonna be the intro. I don't want to ruin it.
Need that special moment the first time you turn on a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is not much more power than that has.
And that's like, anybody see that latest episode of WandaVision?
Yep.
No, I'm like 3 episodes behind. I need to catch up. I know.
That's nobody's fault but yours.
And you know what? Actually, I'm doing that tonight. Fuck it.
Hell
yeah.
The most recent episode, I feel like was a necessary episode, but wasn't the most engaging. But it was like it had to happen. But the episode before that one, damn.
I'll do that tonight so we can all talk about it next time.
Yeah, so then we can just spoil it for our listeners at home.
Do I have to watch all 20 then? Or how many are there?
There's like 7 episodes.
7?
All 20.
I haven't watched any of it yet. Okay.
And it's a really good show. Like, what are you even talking about?
No, I want to watch them. I just haven't watched them yet.
Yeah, it'll take like an afternoon.
So I can do that Sunday probably.
Man,
Nice.
I want more Expanse crammed into my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
read
where are they at in the books, or have they diverged?
How many books are there total? And what are they on now?
They're about halfway through it. And have they like? I know that there's like a novella about like Amos's backstory and stuff like that. Have they like stuck pretty close to the book, or has the show kind of made it its own? And then, of course, the age-old question that is usually swings one way, but what's better?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm just now reading this thing about Night of the Grey Death. This is perfect. This is actually basically the story I wrote like a year ago. Maybe 2 years ago now. Shit. COVID time doesn't count. This is perfect. We have to do this.
I say that so often. Like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I did that last year. No, I didn't. That was 2 years ago because last year was all one big blur of me being at home.
Yeah. But this is perfect. Perfect. Who's running this? Sounds like Nathan.
Sure.
Yeah, scary things are fun.
I can do that.
I'll have you a character write up by this week. Yeah.
That's like 7 months too early, Jack.
Yeah.
Maybe 8.
Oh my God.
It's perfect though. It's so perfect. I'm super excited about this. Now I've got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know. Nobody listening to the stream cares about this, but you guys who know me personally, so Leandra is getting she's like applying for a PhD program in Alabama.
Congratulations.
And we were talking today, like I'm supposed to get out of the military at the end of this year. And I was thinking about extending for like 1 more year so I can start applying to law schools and stuff. But she was like, you could just be like a house husband and like foster dogs and stuff while I work. And I was like, are you serious? Like, that'd be cool with you? She's like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And I was like, okay.
on a student's income, though? You're going to have one student's income in
Alabama. It costs like
Okay.
$5.
I caught myself at the end of the sentence and saying Alabama.
If Alec and I moved back to Texas right now, we could afford like twice as big of a house as what we could have
Well,
originally.
yeah,
She's like,
on the list
I'll
we're
either
looking-
have the stipend from the PhD program, which would like cover stuff, or whatever job I get if I got it around here. Like, yeah, it'd be fine. And I was like, I could just play with dogs all day.
I have been trying to sell my wife on House Husband for so long.
You have mentioned that before. I know you. Yeah, I know that's like the dream of yours.
1,000%.
I mean, I love cooking and doing laundry. I like all the
That's what I was like.
stereotypical stay at home.
Honestly,
I was like, I'm not a great cook. Give me time.
You
That is
see,
funny.
Alec could do better on the tasks that a house husband should be taking care
Oh
of.
boy.
So that was
The
always-
stream should cut off right now.
You see, the stream is what he spends his time doing.
Whoa.
this is what my wife always says too. She's like, all right, fine. You know what? You can be a house husband, but like I need the house clean to like my standards. I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Bro, nah,
About
man.
that, yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You're like, compared to what I do now for work, fuck it. Yeah, I'll clean your house. Like, that's what I was like, I'll learn to cook.
I like a tidy house. I like, a organized and not dirty house. But I cannot do like the dusting, like the little nitty gritty detail stuff that
If I've got all day to do it, fuck it, man. Well, so it's funny. Me and Lander, like, we have like different things bother us. Like, to me, I can't stand like grody stuff. If there's like, if something like if the sink is grimy, I have to go clean the sink.
Yeah.
That doesn't really bother her. But if there's dishes in the sink, they've got to be clean. Whereas that doesn't really bother me. So it's very interesting.
So can Leandra
those
come over
things,
and
but-
play for a little while? Because I've had a pan in my sink for a month.
Oh my God, Kevin!
I've got,
He's literally in Alabama, bro.
I just counted it. I have 7 empty soap boxes, like bar soap boxes, sitting on the counter in the bathroom.
I don't even know what that means. How does that happen?
Wait. I need everybody to pause because
No, this is prime content.
I mean, to be fair,
You know, anytime they want, man.
I have crossed the line to in it to win it. As
Be back on
Kenny would
Sunday
say.
for the slithering.
Not Sunday. Slithering.
Yeah,
You
and
said
then
okay.
Monday after that.
and
slithering
maybe
into your Sunday this week.
maybe coming soon Thursdays for a room.
Thursdays.
Maybe.
Yeah, a Rune Lords game. I'd like
Bye.
So anyway, about Kevin's play.
that.